You know, sometimes the most profound truths, they aren't found in history books or data points. They're actually captured in stories, really powerful allegories that get at something much deeper. Today, we're going to explore two of those stories, parables of friendship and mission that have lasted for centuries.
All right, let's take a look at where we're headed. First, we'll introduce these timeless allegories and figure out why they've stuck around for so long. Then, we'll dive into the parable of the entwined vines. It's this amazing metaphor for the kind of strength you get from real, sacred friendship. After that, we'll check out the flowing river, a story all about the unstoppable power of a clear mission. And to wrap it all up, we'll see how these two totally different stories come together to create one single, powerful legacy.
So, we're kicking things off with the Allegories of St. Januarius, but instead of just a dry history lesson, we're going to look at two incredible metaphors that really explore what human connection and purpose are all about, especially when things get tough.
And that's really the big question here, isn't it? How can a bond between people be so strong or a mission so clear that absolutely nothing can stop it? Well, these parables use the simple, powerful language of nature to give us an answer.
Okay, let's get into our first story. I want you to picture a huge vineyard. It's here that we get to see a really unique and deep friendship take root and just blossom into something extraordinary.
The parable kicks off with this beautiful definition. It frames true friendship not as this needy, dependent thing, but as a team effort, a shared journey where everyone is reaching for something better, reaching for the light together. So in this vineyard, we meet our characters, and they're represented as vines. You've got Januarius and his companions. Now the key thing here is that they share the same origin. They all come from the same creator, they drink from the same spiritual source, and they're all thriving in the same nurturing place. This isn't some casual thing. Their connection is literally rooted in their very existence.
And this is where you see that their bond was a living, breathing thing. It wasn't passive at all. They were actively supporting each other, holding each other up during storms, giving comfort when it got cold, and even sharing vital resources when times were tough. It was a true system of mutual care.
But of course, this perfect harmony is threatened. Workers serving a tyrannical master come into the vineyard, and they're not there to nurture, they're there to destroy, to cut down any vine that doesn't belong to their master. This really sets up the ultimate clash between creation and destruction.
So this is the crucial point. When his friends Festus and Saucius were captured, Januarius didn't even hesitate. His connection to them was so total that their pain was literally his pain. He willingly walked right into danger just to be with them, which shows you just how deep their sacred friendship went.
The invaders' first move to break them was fire. They thought they could just burn this bond away. But instead of being destroyed, the vines' shared faith just got more intense. Their resolve burned even brighter, and it actually made them stronger together. Okay, so fire didn't work. Next, they unleashed wild beasts, hoping to just trample the vines into the ground. But then something pretty remarkable happened. It seems even the animals recognized the sacredness of this unity and just refused to destroy it. Their bond had a power that nature itself seemed to respect.
So, in a final act of just brute force, the invaders take out their pruning knives. They cut the vines from their physical source of life, from the earth itself. And in their minds, this was it. The end. The connection was physically broken. But it wasn't the end. As the sap, their lifeblood, flowed out, it was collected. This crimson liquid became a permanent symbol, a physical testament to a friendship so deep that no blade could ever truly cut it. And that's the big takeaway, right? A true bond isn't just physical. It creates a spiritual unity that outlasts any possible threat.
All right, now we're going to turn to our second parable. We're shifting metaphors here, moving away from the rooted, intertwined vines to this image of a powerful, unstoppable river. And this river represents a life that's dedicated to one single, unwavering mission. This story really reframes the whole idea of purpose. Faith isn't meant to be this quiet, contained little pool, all safe from the world. No, it's a dynamic, moving force, a river whose entire purpose is to travel, to carry life-giving truth to the people who need it most. So as persecution starts to rise, a massive obstacle appears. Think of it like a dam, built from the concrete of imperial law and reinforced with public fear. Its whole purpose is simple: stop the river's progress completely, force the mission into stagnation.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the philosophy it presents. A river's purpose isn't about being safe or preserving itself. Its purpose is all about impact. It has to flow, even if that means going through dangerous places, to bring life to the driest, most forgotten lands. The mission always has to come before comfort.
And just like the vines, the river faces its own trials. First, his captors try to basically evaporate his mission with the intense heat of a fiery forge, but the relentless momentum of the water is just too powerful. It extinguishes the flames and keeps right on going, proving a true purpose can't be burned away.
So again, they turn to wild beasts in an arena. But the living water of his mission, it has this calming, divine effect. It actually soothes the animals, turning a tool of destruction into a moment of peace. It just goes to show that earthly violence is no match for a divinely inspired purpose.
Defeated and desperate, they resort to their final option. They shatter the vessel that's containing the river, breaking its banks and spilling the water all over the ground. They think that by destroying its visible form, they finally ended its mission for good.
But, of course, they were wrong. And this is the core lesson of this parable. A true mission doesn't just end when its physical form is broken. It simply changes course. The water seeps down into the soil, becoming this deeper spiritual current that now flows through the hearts of the people, continuing its work in a new and even more profound way. And now, for our final section, we get to bring these two powerful metaphors together. We're about to see how the story of sacred friendship and the story of an unstoppable mission are actually two sides of the very same coin.
So here's how it all connects so beautifully. In the first story, you have the unified vineyard, which represents a friendship so deep its legacy becomes that shared sap. In the second, you have the unstoppable river, representing a mission whose legacy becomes the living water. Both stories, using different images, end up with that sacred vial, preserving a spirit that could not be broken. It's just a powerful reminder that our relationships and our purpose, they aren't separate things. They're intertwined forces that give each other strength and meaning. And so we end with this question. These parables seem to suggest that a deep, sacred friendship gives you the strength for a mission, while a powerful mission gives that friendship its ultimate purpose. And together, they create a legacy so profound that not even death can break it, which really leaves us to wonder about the unbreakable bonds in our own lives.